All right, Pioneer 620, a happy positive update here. Got it running right, or so it seems right now. I've been screwing with this thing for months. I bought it in November. It's almost April now, late March. I didn't get to start working on it until about December though, or January. But man, it had all sorts of problems. It just wouldn't stay running, wouldn't rev up right and stuff. So I replaced the crank seals. That seemed to fix the air leak issue. I replaced the gaskets on the intake, all new fuel lines, new fuel filter, sediment bowl gasket, rebuilt and cleaned the carb a million times, new carb kit for it. Still wouldn't run right. So I thought maybe it was ignition. So then I went through the ignition system, replaced the condenser, nope. Replaced the points, nope, still didn't run right. Replaced the coil, still didn't run right. Replaced the plug wire, still didn't run right. I tried some more stuff with the carb, still didn't run right. Checked the gas cap, maybe it wasn't venting. Checked for air leaks again. I did a pressure and vacuum test. It passed every time I did it. I run out of things to do. I don't know what to do. So one of the guys I've been talking to on the forum, on that smokestack forum, he's like, you've done so many things on this saw. Maybe it's that carburetor, maybe something's defective with it, or it's just not right. Why don't you try a different carb, So he had a Pioneer 610, I guess the motor was locked up and was just sitting around. He said, I'll mail you the carb, see if it works, and if it does, you can keep it and send him some dough, So he sent it to me, and I just got it yesterday. So it's an HL22A, which is what it came with originally. It was pretty grungy, it was dirty, and it was really filthy inside too. But I just soaked it in this Berryman Chem Dip for quite a while. Did it about 3 hours, then I pulled it out, cleaned it with carb cleaner, sprayed it out, compressed air. Then I soaked it again for another 3 or 4 hours, did the same thing again, cleaned it, sprayed it out, compressed air. And then I made sure the ports were clear too. I got a couple little fine copper wires here and made sure they went through the ports. So anyway, I cleaned that thing all up real good, got it looking pretty good. And I swapped a few parts from my original carb into this one because they were cleaner or nicer or whatever, like the fuel inlet and stuff like that. But the carb body itself is the one that the guy gave me. And then I couldn't fit my new metering arm in there either. It wouldn't fit properly, the one with the little hook on it. So I used the original needle that came with this carburetor, and I used my new seat since it was new with the rubber insert, and set it flush with the chamber floor like you're supposed to. And then I turned the low speed screws out. I think I turned that screw out about a turn and a quarter. I turned this one out about the high speed about a turn and a half. It sat for a while because I was waiting for the carb in the mail for a week or two. And so I put a little bit of fuel down the cylinder, put it all back up, took it outside, I pulled it over. The first pull, it fired up on choke, and then it ran. And then I kind of just held the choke halfway for maybe, 20 seconds, gave it a little gas, and then it idled. So then it was idling fine. I revved it up, it ran pretty good, let it warm up, and then I could tell it was a little rich, So I turned the low speed screw into about maybe 3/4 or so, maybe a little more than 3/4. And then the high speed, when I revved it up, seemed like it was kind of loading up, so I backed that out, or turned it back in a little bit to about, I think about a turn and a quarter now. I think I had it at a turn and a half or so. But anyway, yeah, the thing starts and idles good. It revs up good. You give it throttle, it revs up, doesn't bog or nothing. And then when you hold it wide open, it'll rev up pretty good. I don't want to hold it like that too long with no bar or chain or load on it, but I wouldn't do that all before. I mean, it would just go, bah, it would just bog down. And then what it was doing last time after I did all that work is I would start it and it would run for maybe like 2 minutes, or if that, maybe a minute or two. And then it would start idling higher, and then you give it gas and it would bog down, and then it would rev up and then go down and up and down a little bit, like it was running out of fuel, and then it would just die. And then you could pull the cord and start it again, and it would do the same thing. And it's like no matter what I did to this thing, man, it wouldn't run right. So I put this different carb on it, and the first time it runs way better than it ever did with the other carb. So go figure, eh? That's all it was that stupid carburetor. Because yeah, I mean, I went through everything: crank seals, all the ignition, coil, points, condenser, the plug wire, new fuel lines, fuel filter, gaskets. I mean, the only thing I didn't do was the bearings were fine, so I didn't mess with those. And then there was no air leak on the cylinder base gasket or the head gasket, so I didn't touch that. I mean, I'm not going to fix stuff I don't really need to fix, I guess, if it's holding air and holding pressure and vacuum. But yeah, I checked all sorts of stuff. Thought maybe the fuel cap wasn't venting. all sorts of different stuff. And people gave me a lot of good ideas, you know, on Facebook and on those forums. You know, people were really trying to help me out, but it just, no matter what I did, it didn't work. So yeah, that's all it was with this little carburetor. So I got this little guy on there now, and runs good. So I'm gonna put it together, I think, tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll put everything back together, a little heat shield and the cover, and I'm gonna put the, I got a nice bar, original bar and chain for it. There's, actually, that's the chain right there. It's a 404 chain, 22-inch bar. So I'm gonna put that on tomorrow, and I'll see if I can get it tuned up and see if I can get it running and maybe cut some wood with it. Wouldn't that be something? Man, what a battle, though, for the last few months. Whew. Boy, there was times I tried so many things. I thought I was going to just pitch this thing in the creek, set it on fire or something, you know. So I'm glad I stuck with it. And yeah, so I have to thank that guy that sent me this carburetor, man. Boy, that was a lifesaver there. Hey, I don't know what would be wrong with this one, do you think? I don't know. I mean, it's super clean. You know, I don't know. I did jack up the Welch plug area, the idle ports. I was going to replace the Welch plug, and then this is my first one I ever did. I screwed it up. Was being too hard with it, and bam, I went through the Welch plug and jacked up the idle ports. So this thing was crap. So it's just a parts carb now. But yeah, I don't know what was wrong with it. Maybe it was sucking in air somewhere. I don't know. But this other carb seems to run fine on it, so I don't know. So anyway, there you go. That was the problem. After replacing all those different things, all those videos I've done, it ends up the final issue was that carburetor. I just needed a different one. So anyway, that's the story on that. So I'm gonna wrap it up, and then yeah, hopefully tomorrow I can put it together and maybe try tuning the carb to get it to cut some wood. So then I can start doing some videos of it actually cutting stuff. That'd be cool. All right, anyway, that's it for now. See ya.